In this video, I will give you 5 tips to increase your sexual market value. But first, we should understand the sexual market value so we know what to focus on. So what is sexual market value, or SMV? So SMV is basically all the things that women are attracted to in men. So that might be your looks, your physical appearance, your muscles, your clothes, your personality. And your resources, of how much money you make, and all these things make up of sexual market value. So how attracted are women to you? And you can maximize your sexual market value if you maximize all these different things. So let's look into 6 ways to increase your sexual market value. And the first will be looks. So work on your physical appearance, and you can do this in many ways. So the first might be to spend some money on good clothes. And I don't mean those branded clothes. That's basically bullshit. You don't have to spend 200 euros on a t-shirt. You can find very, very nice clothes for a cheap amount of money. But just make sure you invest a bit in your clothes. I should do this more, to be honest. But I have invested a bit of money lately on good clothing. A good jacket, good t-shirts. It's very important. And if you have good clothes, it will increase your confidence as well. So the second one might be to go to the gym. Make sure your physical body is looking clean and healthy and nice. A bit of muscles. Women appreciate a bit of muscles, really. So the third one might be to eat a healthy diet. Because if you eat a crap diet, it will affect basically your skin, your mood. You will have more fat on your belly, and you don't want that shit. Just eat healthy. It's very important. Good hygiene. Make sure you don't stink. Make sure you use deodorant. How is that pronounced? You know what I mean? Those sprays, which you put on your body to make you smell nice. Buy some cologne. Make sure you shower every day and you wash also down there, Because if you smell, that's fucking disgusting, Really, if you smell, women is instantly not attracted to you anymore. So another one might be to go to the hairdresser. Actually, go to the hairdresser every month or even more, to make sure your hair is on point. Because if you back in the days, I would go to the hairdresser once in every 4 months and my hair would actually look kind of crappy, And make sure you use gel, actually use gel to make your hair look nicer. Because if you don't use gel, your hair will kind of look like crap, and it will actually really increase your looks if you use gel. It's very, very cheap. Just go to the drugstore and buy some gel. A second is developing your social skills, because as we saw, personality is also very important in the long term. Not as much in the short term, but especially in the long term. So we should develop our social skills. Social skills are very important, and also your happiness depends a lot on your social skills. Because if you have good social skills, you'll be able to get a better job. You'll be able to get better friends, and you will have a higher status in your friend group. So it is affecting more and more things, and you will even feel better about yourself because you have good social skills. So a few ways to increase your social skills are: listen actively. And this one is so important, because so many guys, they are basically, when they have a conversation, they are waiting for their turn to speak. They're not even focused on what the other person has to say. Listen actively to what the other person has to say and ask questions about what that person is telling you. If you ask questions about that, they know you are listening. And if they know you aren't listening, they will get less interested in you. Make the other person feel important. So you can do this by giving compliments. You can also do this by, giving them attention. If they have achieved something, give them attention, ask them questions about them, make them feel important, because this is also very important. Stop complaining. Please stop complaining. So many guys and girls are doing this. They're complaining about the weather. They're complaining about the bad day they had. Stop fucking complaining, because it's so annoying. Like literally, I have cut out people who are complaining out of my life because they are so annoying. They are destroying your happiness as well. Give sincere appreciation. So this is basically the same as making them feel important. Like compliment them on important things. Compliment them on their personality, on their looks, but make it sincere. So a great way to increase your social skills is by reading the book How to Influence and Influence People. So this book has changed my social skills. And this is a great way to start because there are so many in this book. You will read about so many different strategies to actually increase your social skills. Like, go read this book. It's the starter, because if you if you increase your social skills, you will automatically increase all the parts of the sexual market value. Maybe not your looks. And the last one is practice, because if you just read about social skills and you know about them, because I am telling you this, just reading and knowing isn't enough. You should actually practice it. Actually practice it, and not just one time. Over and over again, because that's the only way you will increase your social skills, by practicing it. When you are with your friends, when you are with your family, when you run into random people on the street, just talk and try to use these things you have learned here or in the book How to Influence and Influence People. The third way to increase your sexual market value is to have a purpose. And a purpose is so important. So a purpose is basically what you're aiming for in life. What is your life goal? What are your ambitions? And this is so important. Also, women are really looking for a guy who has a lot of ambitions. If you're just a guy and you're telling to your girl, hey, yeah, I'm just doing this job, I don't really like this job, but I'm just doing it to earn some money, basically, she's not attracted to you. If you just tell her you have a lot of ambitions, like I want to change the world, I want to do this, I want to build my own business, she's much more attracted to you. And actually having a goal as a man is very important, also for your masculinity. And having a purpose, and especially a purpose of making a lot of money and starting your own business, is very important to increase your resources and your status. So if you actually want to increase your resources and status, which makes up of 50% of your sexual market value, you should focus on getting a true purpose. You should focus on starting your own business and making a lot of money. And to be honest, if you actually want to make a lot of money, you should kind of start your own business, because you are not going to make a lot of money working for a boss. You are maybe, it's very, very hard to make a lot of money working for a boss, unless you become CEO, of course. But how hard is it to become a CEO of a company? So a purpose is very important. It should be a thing where you are striving for, where you are putting all your energy in. And your girl should not be your focus. Your girl should not be your purpose, because if you are only focusing on your girl, she will become less attractive to you. Because you should focus on your business and your purpose, not on your girl. Remember this. The fourth way to increase your sexual market value is by increasing your confidence. And confidence is also very important, not only for your game, your flirting skills, but also for your personality, because you should be able to tell your girl if she's wrong. You should not accept everything she has to say. So you should know what you want. That's the first part. You should know what you want in life, what you want to achieve, but you should also know what you want in a woman. So you can actually do this practice by just writing out what you want in a woman. For example, how do you want her personality to be? Do you want a dominant woman, or do you want a feminine woman? Do you want a girl who's making a lot of money or not? Do you want a girl who's like prioritizing partying and drinking, or do you want a girl who's prioritizing your relationship and things like this? So what do you actually want? Because if you know what you want, you can steer on that. Because if you are just accepting everything, if you are just accepting every girl, chances are you're going to end up with somebody who you actually don't want, And for example, if you go on a date and she's like really into the party scene, and you know what you want, you will tell her that she's not the right one. And if you know what you want, you can maintain your frame. And you can basically see your frame as your standards. So you want a girl who's faithful, who doesn't go to parties, who doesn't drink, who is smart, who's feminine. That's your frame, the things you think are important. And if you know what your frame is, You can also check it on other girls. For example, you go on a date and you talk to that girl, and you see that that girl's like really into the party scene. You know your standards are a girl who's not into the party scene. You can actually tell that girl, okay, you are not for me, you know. But if you have all these standards and you have a girl who is not breaking all those standards, and you think, well, it's okay for this time. You are not maintaining your frame, you know, you are not maintaining your standards, and you are showing weakness. So another way to increase your confidence is by proving yourself you are worth it. Because if you have all these standards, like if you have this standard, like I'm gonna work on my business, I'm gonna meditate every day, I'm gonna do no fap, you know. If you prove to yourself that you can actually do these things on and on again, you will increase your confidence. But if you, like for example, set your goals like I'm not gonna do those things, but you do them anyway because you're weak, then you will diminish your confidence. Then you will destroy your confidence because you know deep down that you aren't strong enough to keep to those standards. So reaching your goals is actually going to increase your confidence. Like becoming successful in your goals is going to increase your confidence a lot. And if you actually work on reaching your goals every time, you will book little successes everywhere. In the dating department, in your business, maybe in a gym, and this will skyrocket your confidence. The fifth way to increase your sexual market value is by increasing your intelligence. And I truly think you can increase your intelligence. Some people think, well, intelligence is just a given thing. Well, you are given this much intelligence and you have to live with it all your life. Well, I think it's more like a small percentage, of course, is given and you cannot change this. But there's a big percentage of that you can change by reading books, by going to university and all these things. Because if you increase your intelligence, people are more attracted to you. Women are more attracted to intelligent guys. Because if you are intelligent, you are not shallow. Chances are you know about a lot of things. You know about a lot of things where you can talk about. And you know how the world really works. I know a lot of people who are quite shallow and don't know about how the world works. And actually, if you talk to them, it's very, very hard to actually go into deep subjects with them. Because I know don't know shit. They don't know about the world, they don't know about this, they don't know about that. So if you try to go deeper into some subject, they just don't know where they they just don't know what to talk about because they are shallow. They have not increased their intelligence. All those blue pillars, all those people who are still in the matrix, who don't know shit about how the world works, they are most of them are very shallow, and they cannot even hold themselves in a good conversation. So the way to increase your intelligence is basically by reading a lot of books. If you don't read right now, you will get dominated. Reading is the single best habit you can build. Reading, and also listen to a lot of podcasts with interesting people. Actually listen to podcasts which are very educational. So the sixth way to increase your sexual market value is to dominate her in bed with actual sexual activity, because she does care about your sexual skills, especially in today's day and age. Back in the day, they wouldn't have cared so much about sex, but today, women are really checking your sexual skills as part of the dating process almost. So it's very, very important. I think a lot of guys in bed are mainly focused on themselves, on their own pleasure. But I really think you should make your woman your main focus when you are in bed. Don't think about your own pleasure. Think about the pleasure of a woman. If you actually make her your purpose in bed, then she's gonna appreciate you much more. Another way is to truly dominate her in bed. And this is a perfect way to do it. Because you cannot always dominate her in conversations and stuff like this, but you can in bed. And I don't mean by slapping or anything like this, but just push her into a corner and stuff like this. She will love it. And just research how to actually pleasure women. Just read a few articles, look for a few YouTube videos on how to actually pleasure your women. I've read a great book as well. It's called The Way of the Superior Man. They talk about sex a lot also. This is a very good book if you want to understand how this relationships works a bit. But to be honest, in today's day and age, I think we are a bit too focused on sex. And I'm just gonna be honest with you. I have, for myself, I've said to myself, well, I'm not gonna have sex with a girl on the first few dates. I'm just gonna wait because I want to be able to have a girl who's actually there for me, not only looking for the sex. So I'm actually gonna wait like uh, be, uh so if I if I find a good girl, I will actually wait a few weeks. I think I will actually wait like just 5, 6, 7 weeks until I actually gonna have sex with her, just to check, if she's faithful to me or if she's only looking for a short-term hookup. Spartans, it is time to increase our sexual market value. We will no longer stand back and linger in the darkness for our turn to come. It is time to take our turn, take back control. Go and watch this video if you want to know how to get ahead of 99% of people. Spartans, prepare for glory.